You always call me a dainty princess.
I like it sometimes, but that was ridiculous.
Hi y'all, and welcome back to my channel. I wasn't going to post another video today, but a few hours ago I finished watching Oh Lordy It's Jordy's live stream interviewing Erica, aka Valentine, and her wife. His live stream is 4.5 hours long, and though I encourage you do watch it, I wanted to edit that into a shorter video outlining the entire relationship timeline. I edited and moved around clips to make the timeline be in order, but all clips belong to Jordy. Let's get into it.
I'm a reaction channel on YouTube right now. We are live with a few thousand people. Just making you fully aware of that if you don't want to be involved in all this or whatever. But I'm kind of similar to what Zachary Michael does. I know that you've reached out to him in the past, but yeah, there's just all this crazy stuff been going on over the past week about Erica. So you're married to Erica?
I am actually married to Erica. So yeah, I had a whistleblower contact me this morning and be like, brace yourself. And it began from there. I've got hundreds and hundreds of people trying to contact me. That's why it took me so long to just find you. So what had happened is after the boohoo breakup with wifey, we have been avid watchers, Hater Nation, for years.
Oh.
So I told Erica, we follow everybody, all of them. I told Erica, I said, I wonder if you message her if she would reply. She's like, I don't know, let's try. So she actually did respond. It took her less than 5 minutes.
Oh.
And I actually have a co-star here. The famous Erica is with me. If you would feel free to want to ask her any questions.
Oh, well, hey there. So I will tell you that there has been a screenshot going around of you saying something in an Amberlynn Facebook group, and it says that you had been a part of the group for about 4 years now.
Oh, yeah. I've followed Amber probably 4 or 5 years. Amberlynn was very much aware that I was in the picture. Let's get that really clear. She knew the whole time that I was in the picture.
Yes.
So when you first reached out to her after she had ended things with wifey in the summer of last year, you made it known that you were married reaching out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we are not a married couple she was intertwined with.
Sorry, say that one more time.
I said we were not the only married couple she was tangled with. She was talking to other married couples as well.
Well, have you been seeing everything that's been going on the past week with this Tommy girl?
Yeah, and the funny thing about that is 16 hours after I called on to this crazy nightmare that was happening, Tommy all of a sudden had a ticket. 16 hours after I found out and after everything was severed, Tommy was on a plane trip. So the whole time that Erica and her were talking, she was also talking to Tommy and many other people. So, I don't know why we're getting the pushback and no one else is.
16 hours after Erica and Amberlynn ended things on Instagram, Emily had bought a plane ticket and had gone and visited.
Exactly.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Because a lot of people have been saying over the past day and a half that they were the same person, that Erica and Emily were the same person.
No, Erica is Valentine. That is Valentine.
So was the reaching out to Amberlynn done to kind of troll? Was it done as a joke?
Yeah, absolutely. That was all it was in the beginning.
In the beginning?
In the very beginning, yeah. That is how the whole thing started.
Okay. And then were there feelings getting involved? Did moods kind of change? Do
I have to do this all over again?
Probably not in as much detail, just to answer his question.
Okay. Hey, Jordy.
Hey there, how are you?
I'll admit I'm a big piece of shit right now, and I'm admitting that, and everyone that's watching, I do apologize. this got way out of hand. Shouldn't have gotten out of hand, and I made a mistake. And if I could take it back, I would. So what happened was, why I messaged her was she posted some TikTok or something talking about masculine or something like, what's your type? And I was like, mask women. And I looked at Brittany and I was like, should I do it? And she's like, yeah, like do it and see if she responds. And I did. And so like, yeah, I played the game for a little while. And then, you know, it started becoming a problem because I guess Amberlynn started becoming attached, you know, as far as asking me questions, as far as like, what am I doing? Why didn't I respond within so much amount of time, like clocking my response minutes.
And I mean, it kind of sounds like you didn't want to be mean. You didn't really want to.
And I wasn't mean. Like I snapped at her a couple times because she was timing my responses. Like, oh, what were you doing for the last 4 minutes? What were you doing the last 30 minutes? What were you doing? And then on FaceTime, I would look at my emails or look at my messages from my friends, and she's like, what are you doing? You know, why are you looking at your phone? Why are you looking down at your phone like that? Because I wasn't looking directly at her. You know, I just got questioned. I couldn't even sit down and eat breakfast and without getting interrogated on what I was doing on my phone, you know? And
well, I mean, you know, Amberlynn doesn't have anything going on. She's not working. She doesn't really have anything to take up her time. So your life became her life.
Yeah. I mean, I was calling her on my way to work. I was calling her.
You know what? I will say this, Erica. This is exactly what she did with Destiny. Having her call her on the way to work. Whenever Destiny had like a 30-minute lunch break, she had to go to the car and she had to talk to Destiny, and they had to be on the phone with each other. And I mean, you can't keep that up, obviously, because I mean, you had a wife.
I was like, you know, I like music. I have a broad spectrum of music that I like, and I like listening to music on the way to work. Who does not like listening to music on the way to work? And I mean, unless you really want someone important to talk to. And I was like, you know, I would like to listen to music on the way to work. And that was an issue. That was an issue. And then on my way home, if I hadn't called her after the time she knew I got off, she would call me. And like, you know, some days after work, some days you just want to drive in silence. And I know there's people on this chat right now that can agree with me. You want to drive in silence on your way home from work some days. And I couldn't even have that. I mean, I broke it down. I mean, I didn't think of you at first. Like the first person I thought of was Apathetic Faxx. And we reached out to her and I sent her probably, what was it, like 30 voice messages?
Kind of just broke it down.
Yeah, broke it down. Like we just got done talking to her. But I can like briefly give you everything. So things started getting more involved between me and her. And, you know, she kind of used her BPD as a crutch, saying, you know, me not responding to her in like a timely manner, you know, triggered her. And so it was almost like I was being like forced to you know, react to her and to interact with her. And so she was like, you're always choosing your wife, you're always choosing her. And, you know, it was Valentine's Day. And she's like, you never choose me, you know, I'm always a second option. But meanwhile, before all this had happened, she was talking to, I'd say like, I want to say 2 people at the time. It was some girl named Abby and then some other girl named Danielle. And then like Alexis, of course, like was her friend. But, you know, Amber has said things over the phone I can't prove through text about Alexis and her ordeal, but I'll get into that later. So things just kind of felt uncomfortable. And I kept interacting. You know, we were in an emotional relationship. She was feeding me the shit she feeds everybody else. And I fell for it. And I'm not a victim. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and say I'm not a victim. My wife is a victim of this. I should be the one getting the backlash for this. I made this stupid mistake. I was stupid for it. If I could take it back, I would. So yeah, I entertained, led on Amberlynn. You know, gave her what she wanted. She asked for screenshots of my messages of who I talked to on my phone and my DMs and stuff like that on Instagram. And, you know, I sent them to her. And, you know, just to like, I kind of just like felt pressured and on eggshells the whole entire time. And yeah, I tried a couple of times to get out of that situation. And she would literally get on FaceTime and give me the tears.
So you kind of felt like you wanted to take some steps back, but it was so overwhelming.
Many times, yes. And so that continued on until June 9th. So on June 9th, my uncle passed away, and I was pretty upset. He died alone in his house and nobody was around. And, nobody, I couldn't reach, my cousin, which was his, daughter. And I was freaking out. And I told her, I need some time. So up until about June 16th, I guess whatever day was June 15th, June 16th, I can't remember because I was too worried about what I had going on with my family. She was messaging me every day asking me, "Oh, do you miss us? Like me and her? Do you miss me?" I was like, I got a lot going on. My uncle just
Yeah.
passed. I was really close to my uncle. I don't have much family. My parents died when I was 15. I'm not trying to give a sob story, but I don't have much family.
Mhm.
And she knows I don't have much family. She knows how family oriented I am. And, she would try and clock me on things and ask me where I'm going. Yeah, like one time I didn't respond in 6 minutes and she kind of freaked over that. But
So
life,
sorry to interrupt, but there is somebody saying something about you using an app, Life 360. Is
I
there
was
any?
just, I was just about to get into that. So, um, you know, whenever that whole ordeal came where the relationship was confirmed, I was like, so what would a relationship be if this was confirmed? She said, oh, just more communication and loyalty and being honest with each other. I said, okay, that's fine. She's like, we should meet up. And she came up with the date August 1st. And then, so I was telling her, like, hey, like, my wife knows where I go and stuff, and it's on 360. And, we keep up with each other. And she wanted me to put her on Life 360. She wanted that. And I'm telling you, it was probably like a week or two of her talking to me about putting her on Life 360. So I agreed to it. I
Uh,
caved in and I agreed to it. And she was Googling every address I was at just to know where I was at and telling me, she was like, yeah, I Googled where you're at. I didn't know what this place was. And just, it was just a big mess. And,
And
um,
and Jordy, I don't know if you know, but we are all the way across the country. We're talking about she's tracking some people she does not even know from all the way across the other side of the country.
I can't get behind the rationale of why she would want to get involved with someone married.
she, well,
And that was my question to her.
So
so
about this, I mean, sorry, remind me one more time about why was Amberlynn under the impression that you were going to move in with her? I guess that would be tomorrow.
oh gosh. So the night that we I guess, I chose, she was like, you never, like I said, we had a conversation. She's like, you never choose me. You don't want to be with me. You always choose your wife. You could just be with me, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, okay, well, what, like I said, she said it would be more communication, just more loyal, more honest with each other. Okay, that's fine. We can move on to that. And she's like, okay, well, let's meet. I was like, okay, pick a date. And then the discussion came up. I was like, if I do this and I come back, it's gonna be World War fucking three. And then she's like, well, just move in, or something. It came about, and I did not have intentions to do it. Um, I didn't want to, but yeah, I let her on and told her because it was like months before. I was like, yeah, I'll be there. But she was asking me multiple times throughout the time frame, am I still coming? Are you still coming? Are you still going to be here? And
So let me ask you, when you called Amberlynn and she was allegedly at a birthday party or a barbecue or something, and Amberlynn said in her most recent video that you made her cry. What kind of went on in that conversation?
So me and Amberlynn, I seen a video where she said I was harassing her. So the initial phone call that I had with her, Erica had called her. She didn't answer. So when Amberlynn called back, I answered. And, I asked her, I'm like, what is this? What are you doing? What is going on? She's married. You're telling her not to have relations with her. I mean, like, it was crazy. Um, that was the first phone call. I told her, do not contact Erica. Do not make any videos. I don't want to hear not another peep, like nothing. No more contact.
Oh.
So what you're referring to, that crying phone call, She bawled like a little baby during the first phone call when I told her that I was going to send all the text messages, all the photos, all of that. That's when she started crying.
So after, like, my uncle died, you know, June 14th rolls around. It was supposed to be like our little get together anniversary, whatever. And, you know, I was like, I did say, yeah, you deserve so much better than this. I can't do this. You know, I can't do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. Like, in my head, I didn't want to. I had tried to trail off and, like, kind of like, give her space, kind of like not respond to every message she sends me. And I tried to just kind of silently move out of the picture and just let someone else get her attention is what I was trying.
Yeah. Kind of let it fizzle out.
Kind of, yeah. So, so I was out and I said, you know, I don't think we should do this anymore. And she said, okay, friends, it is. So I don't know I don't know who broke up with who. I could care less. But after that day, she continued to message me. Continued to message me. It was a fake phone number.
Sorry. She had a dummy phone or a text app. And she said, can you just...
Amberlynn had a burner phone.
Or
something.
Or a text app.
So yeah, the next day after that was squashed. You know, Amberlynn asked Brittany if we could still be friends, and Brittany was like,
absolutely not.
No, that's not the question. So how this came about, how this phone call happened.
Well, hold on. You know why she wanted to still be friends? Because she wanted to stay on y'all's good side because she didn't want you guys talking.
Yeah. So
about how long would you say? So I mean, you guys were talking shortly after she broke up with Jade. How long would you say that you guys had like a texting relationship? Like, how long would you say it went on for before you started to realize that there's an issue and you wanted out?
When was it? So we started talking like this. I sent the message September 27th, and I think things got out of hand, at least on Britt's part, around like November. So like Brittany was like, I don't want you talking to her anymore.
So not 2 months, maybe almost 2 months.
And you know, of course, like I tried, and I got I got backlash, and I kind of caved in and was given a show. I guess that's what it is.
Well, you know, so November. So if you guys started talking in late September, and then, you know, sometime in November, is that when Brittany reached out to Zachary Michael?
Yes.
Yes.
So you were willing after like a month and a half to spill everything that you had already known. So really, this could have came out last year.
Yes.
Absolutely, yes.
I was in the bedroom with Brittany, and we were trying to watch a movie, and Brittany saw a message pop up on my phone. She said, "Who is that?" And I said, "It's Amberlynn. She will not leave me alone." So that's where that phone call came from. It wasn't Brittany being crazy and, you know, stalking Amberlynn and getting her phone number and flipping out on her. No, it was me having to get my wife involved to get out of this situation. And yeah, I know that sounds stupid, you know, cut her off, block her, whatever, but she messaged me from a fake phone number the next day and said that Brittany cornered her. She had to tell her everything. She wanted me to unblock her number and call her and then reblock it, and that, you know, love makes her crazy. That's what she wanted. She wanted me to block her and then, or unblock her, talk to her, then block her back. And I didn't even respond to it. I deleted it, which, you know, I shouldn't have deleted that, but.
Call was on July 4th when I had found out that she had reached out to Erica and would not stop. And I have that entire phone call recorded. So she can't say that didn't happen because it did, and I have receipts.
Oh. Oh my gosh. I mean,
Hello?
So who reached out to who?
Huh?
So who reached out to who?
What do you mean?
Did you reach out to Erica or did she reach out to you?
When?
What do you mean when?
Like for the very first time?
The last time you spoke to her.
The last time I messaged her was just letting her know that, like, you called and then pretty much just like the final goodbye type thing.
Why would you reach out to her again?
It was just like the final goodbye.
I
just felt like
there's no final goodbye. Like, what does that even mean?
It's just, I felt like I needed to, but we don't talk anymore. We haven't talked since the phone call, so.
So even after I told you not to contact her again, you still did. Why?
Because it was like, I wanted closure, and then not only that, but like, she contacted me, I would say, I don't know, less than a week ago, like upset about some TikTok I posted, and I never responded.
So you mean to tell me you're not posting anything about her online?
No one knows her name, nothing about her. Nope, that is something that I told her I would never do.
I don't understand. Like no means no.
Huh?
No means no. Like no means no.
Yeah, that's correct. That is why I do not speak to her any longer.
I just don't understand, like, you have an entire relationship with somebody you don't know, that you know is married. Like, what do you think is gonna come out of that? Like, that's the part I don't understand. To keep reaching out, like, I don't get it.
I didn't keep reaching out. I reached out the one time as a way of, like, a weird closure thing, because she did become, like, a really good friend of mine as well, on top of everything else. I was losing that, and that kind of, like, was rough.
So what did you say to her for your closure that you needed? I'm really curious.
Well, I haven't gotten, like, a full closure thing. I kind of just realized it's not going to happen. But...
Like, how long did it take you to realize that it's not going to happen?
It took me a long time. Actually. I'm being honest. Yeah.
The part that's got me up is that A, you knew about me. B, you were looking me up on Instagram. That shit is fucking creepy.
Right. I thought that you guys were married for financial reasons, so...
Is that what she said?
Yeah. That is what she originally said, yes. And that you guys weren't in love anymore, and you guys... I mean, it's like... I don't really know.
So, I kind of skimmed through the text.
Yeah, I understand that. I would have done the same thing.
Like, do you know how demented it is to tell somebody that's married not to have sex with their spouse? Like, do you know how crazy that sounds?
Like I said, I thought you guys were just married for financial reasons.
You really need help. Like, you really need help.
Probably.
So, I expect not to see any more videos.
Correct.
No more, nothing. Not a word, not a peep.
And I absolutely respect that.
I thought you respected that the other day when I told you, do not call, do not reach out. None of that.
I did that one time, and I want you to know, like, I had, like, there was an open line of communication that I did not take.
On YouTube.
Because I was respecting you, and I was respecting myself and the people in my life.
Double life.
So that's why I literally did not reply to her message. Like, I don't know what she's telling you versus me. Erica is obviously a known cheater and liar. I finally have my rose-tinted glasses completely off. Like, she's crazy, and she knows it, and I'm sure you do too. I got roped into shit. Like, I just want the best for the both of you, and I hope that you guys find that with each other. Like, I don't really know what else to do or say anymore at this point. Like, I apologized. I was very sorry. I don't really know what else to do from this point forward.
A known cheater and liar. Did she tell you about that?
Yes, she did.
All right.
But yet I was supposed to be different. You know how you know how it goes. So, I mean, I have answered your questions to the best of my ability.
I would really...
Like, I feel like she played me. What?
Yeah, she played you. Hard, like a fiddle.
Yeah. And it's crazy to me.
That's what I
Like,
said.
she sacrificed a possible future with you. Why? Like, what's the point? Like, you obviously seem like you have your head on your shoulders.
She talks so
Like-
much shit about you.
Like, you know I seen the shit you said about me too, right?
What do you mean?
Like, you know I know all that.
Like what?
Just know that I know everything you said.
So, you know, like the jealousy side of me, obviously, when I'm in a relationship, thinking that she's going to come live with me and that she's in love with me, yeah, of course, I probably did say some things because I was in a delusional state. 100,000% I can admit that. Like, she had me in a full trance, and I'm absolutely over it.
So, if you knew that she was a cheater, why still talk to her?
Because she said, I'm different. You're so different, Amberlynn. You're so different, baby. I love you. And I love the way you make me feel. You actually make me happy. And you're sexy. That's what I believe. Take a step back and look at it from a different angle.
Oh, I'm
Like,
100%
well,
aware I'm a
you.
victim. I'm 100% aware I'm a victim. Like, I know that.
Yeah.
Had you reached out to me and be like, hey, your wife is hitting me up, you know, I probably could have saved you quite a bit of time there.
Yeah, you probably could have. I just, you know, I thought it was for financial stuff, and we were just friends for the longest. I don't know if, like, she was just faking it the whole time because she needed someone. I don't really know. I don't understand.
This is going to be another YouTube video for her. Thank you.
I don't either, because I'm pretty successful. I'm pretty smart. I'm not bad looking.
Oh,
Like,
I mean, that's one thing that Erica definitely did say about you. You're very smart, all that good stuff. So I believe it.
okay.
So,
It makes you wonder why she'd go looking somewhere else, don't it?
I mean, yeah, honestly, some people just can't stay with one person. I don't know why. Like, I am beyond disgustingly loyal. Like, I stopped talking to several of my friends for her because she didn't even want me talking to them. But yet, she had a full wife. Like, that she had an actual marriage with. Like, that's...
I just don't understand, like, you talk about double lives and shit, but you knew about it the whole time. Wouldn't that be you living a double life as well?
Well, I didn't find out until a long time after her and I were talking that you would actually consider it cheating, because for a long time she told me that you had a whole different relationship you were in and that you were living there. Like, Erica said a lot of lies. Like, she can go and delete the messages because I'm not a screenshot taker, but it's all there. I haven't deleted a single thing on my end. And then it was literally just a couple months ago where we had this whole, like, talk where I was like, I'm going to get to ask you whatever question because I felt in my gut something was wrong. And something was off, something just seemed weird, like she was lying to me. So I said, we're going to have a discussion where you're going to answer every single question that I have. And
Just real quick, did you buy her, so like, did Amberlynn ever send you gifts, or did you ever buy her a Lego? Because remember she said that somebody bought her like a $400 Lego.
She sent me Beats headphones.
Okay.
Those.
But you never bought her a Lego?
Yes, I did.
Oh, you did buy the Lego. Okay.
Yeah, that was me.
Okay.
Yeah.
There was a moon picture at one point too. I see a lot of people in the chat right now being interested. Was that you? Did you send her that picture of the moon?
What moon?
There was some photo Amberlynn had, and it was like the date that you guys allegedly started dating, and it was
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so that was you?
Yeah.
All right. So, you know, just the chat's really curious about the Lego and the moon pic.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like a game that turned into a distraction, and you kind of got mixed up in it, and You probably put a little bit too much emotion into it, and then
Yeah.
she got really involved, and she started to get really attached.
In a psychotic sense, yes. Like, I
Yeah.
wouldn't say anything bad about my wife to her. Like, every time conversation came up about Brittany, it was almost like she would get upset with me because I would never say anything bad. Like, Brittany recently, took a vacation from work and accepted a different position that was better and less stress. And she was at home, so I couldn't, I told Amberlynn, hey, we can't talk. She's here, whatever. And that was one of my ways of trying to like kind of push her away. Didn't work out that well. And she's like, well, she's being a baby. And I'm like, no.
She was saying that your wife was being a baby?
Yeah, because she took a different job that was better and less stressful. But she's like, oh, yeah, because she quit her job because she's a baby. And I was like, no, it was for more money. And then, I
Like,
did,
she couldn't handle the workload?
No, it was, well,
Amberlynn was trying to make it out like I'm this bad person because I quit my job to be at home, when the fact was I actually put in my notice with my last job to start a new job that was a lot better and a lot closer to home. But, to her,
Oh my gosh.
I was a baby. So if you can imagine, like a lot of this stuff is really new that I'm just finding out about. Like, when I found out that Amberlynn had my address and was sending stuff to my house and knew every coordinate that I was going to, like, it blew my mind.
Because she told Brittany on this recorded conversation that she would not give my name out because she like respects privacy. That's why we're doing this now. Like, we just got done telling Apathetic Faxx a whole bunch of stuff, and probably stuff you'll find out whenever she edits everything. I'm probably forgetting some things because I just have completely, like, I was just letting it all out.
And I mean, honestly, the only reason why any of this has been happening over the past day is because, why do you think that she would come on here and say Erica's name? Like, what good do you think?
Because everyone thought Tommy was me, and apparently Tommy's girlfriend is the main talk right now. So I guess in order to expose me, let's make Erica, who has a boring life. I have a mundane job. I go to the gym. I don't have any type of history of people or feeding people to death. Sorry, excuse me. I'm not sure if I'm going to get monetized or docked, in trouble for saying that, but Tommy has more of a history than I do. But still, let's make Erica a distraction. I'm not about to be a distraction to someone that fed their recent partner to death. And I'm probably being mean about it, but sorry.
I mean, we all saw the screenshots. You
Right.
know? I mean,
Because, like, that's like my life. And I even told her in that phone call, I'm like, it's really creepy to have you looking me up on Instagram and following my every move, and I don't even know you or that you're doing it.
so, question for Erica. So, like, what was your kind of involvement with Alexis? And, like, who is that? Is that Amberlynn's friend?
Oh, gosh. Okay. So apparently, in Amberlynn's eyes, I made Amberlynn stop talking to her friends, so-called Abby, so-called Alexis, which I didn't. Amberlynn kind of said that, was always saying like Abby was rude to her, said mean things to her, and I was like, well, why do you talk to her? Why even let people talk to you like that? Was saying like horrible things that she like broke down the things that Abby was saying to her, and then she was just like, oh, Alexis is calling me, I don't feel like talking to her. She's kind of like giving me the ick. Apparently Alexis said some weird stuff to her like throughout this whole thing, but apparently Alexis is just like the best thing ever. And Alexis, I never talked to Alexis, but like Alexis I guess knows like the gist of me and Amberlynn.
Okay, so she was kind of jealous of y'all's relationship in like a weird way.
I think so, yeah. And I will say that those friends that visited Amberlynn was not Alexis and whoever, it was Eric and Ricky. So just
when she had people fly out.
Yeah, that was not who people are assuming it to be. So those
when you say Abby, is that Alexis?
No.
That's a different person.
That is a 22-year-old little girl.
Little girl.
Yeah, I'm 34, so.
Oh, age-wise. Okay, I thought you meant like, okay.
Oh, she's small, dude. She's very small framed. Like, I'm probably twice her size. Like, bone structure-wise.
Okay. Well, Alexis has actually just come into my stream just now, and she has some words to.
I would like to hear what Alexis has to say.
So Alexis is saying that you guys are just spewing a bunch of lies. Erica is a sociopath who has cheated on her wife multiple times, and she's trying to save her marriage by doing this.
No, actually. So, Alexis, I know you're young and everything, but so the difference between having a relationship with somebody, being boyfriend, girlfriend, versus being married for 9 years is you stand on different foundations, right? So when something happens and you're just dating, you can just cut that person off, no big deal. But when you've been married for 9 years, you're kind of on a different foundation. So working things out, or it's just what you do. It's vows you take, and if you love the person enough, you'll work through it.
Also, another thing for Alexis, I wouldn't speak so soon because I knew how many people you went through, and I'm not gonna display your business or call you names, but you are not the one to talk about relationships. I will say that.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna spill out Alexis's business like that, but I know of different things because I was told. So whatever was told to Amberlynn told me.
Yeah, so Alexis, Amberlynn's over there telling all your business, girl.
Jeez. Doesn't sound like you should be telling Amberlynn anything, because when you tell Amberlynn, you're also talking to 10 different other people.
And I mean, I will say, there was one point, I was second guessing what you guys were saying. I was part of the Amberverse, and I was part of the haters, and she knows that. I told her that. I was like, I didn't like you at one point, Amberlynn, and I told her why. And she gave this side to me that made me second guess her as a person.
Because I mean, you know what Amberlynn's always saying, you guys don't know the real me, get to know the real me. Like what you see on YouTube and who I'm portrayed, that's not the real me. So maybe it was kind of like she was playing a character.
I will say I'm not sure if who I dealt with was the real person or if who she was on YouTube was the real person. That's how bad it was.
Judging by how she's acted, and she's blatantly told me, I'll respect you. I will not have no more contact. Just judging by the aftermath of how she acted, yeah. I would lean more towards the whole thing with Erica was the act, not who we see online. I honestly believe who we see online is probably the real person. Everything, all the rumors, everybody pretty much says the same thing at the end of the day after their relationship with her is done. I mean, everybody has the same story. What is everybody lying? I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, there's a common denominator here.
Right. Also, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah. So this is gonna sound crazy, but as far as her manipulation goes, I worked in a maximum custody prison for close to 10 years. I dealt with probably the meanest people you could probably ever imagine. And I never once fell victim to any of their tactics, their tricks, and their bullshit. Maybe it's because I knew, hey, you're a criminal. But with her, it was I've never been that manipulated before in my life. As far as anything that I had said triggered her BPD. It triggered, her abandonment. She has abandonment issues. She was always every single day needing reassurance. She was sending me videos to get my attention, and whenever I would try and end things and take pictures and stuff like that. And yeah, there was feelings involved, and there was a person that I was dealing with that I didn't see on YouTube. And like I told you, I don't now with all this, I don't know if who I was dealing with was a mask or if the YouTube is a mask. So, but what it looks like is the YouTube is her, and what I dealt with was a mask.
So let me ask, so obviously you're very fitness oriented, you're very interested in weightlifting, that kind of stuff. Did your relationship with Amberlynn, did it ever kind of be like you were her coach? You were trying to get her to lose weight, get her health on track?
Not necessarily, no, but she was like, I did like try to support her in this whole like Ozempic thing.
Okay.
And I guess like shortly after we like parted our ways, Ozempic failed. Not sure how that happened. But she was like, she would tell me her weight. She's like, I'm trying to get down to this weight before this date, and I'd be like, okay, I'm proud of you for that. That's, a good job. But I was trying to like tell her better options of things sometimes. I'm like, maybe you should do this or maybe you should do that. And, I don't know if she took my advice or not. But
obviously not.
Yeah, do that. And once again, I was stupid for that too, I guess. Yeah, we've been together 10 years.
That's a long time.
We've been married for going on 9 now. So, I mean, of course, like 10 years is a long time, Jordy. Like, people are going to make mistakes in marriages. And this was one of them, and it was probably the worst one I ever made in this whole 10 years. It was stupid.
Yeah.
It started out as a joke and ended as a nightmare.
Was there like a push from her for you to get a divorce?
Yes.
So she was like trying to like slowly put her hooks in and try to kind of change your mind.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Not a good idea on her end.
And that's really the end of it. Of course, more and more drama is being revealed by the day, by the hour pretty much, but I wanted to make a single video that captures vital information from a few different sources. What do y'all think about all this? And do you think Amber is going to take a break or leave YouTube due to all this? Let me know. As always, thank y'all so much. Bye-bye.